For many of us, it's a lot easier not to think about natural disasters than to prepare for them. After all, imagining the threats of life, limb, and property that can come with storms, floods, volcanic eruptions, and other catastrophes may overwhelm us with stress, even paralyze us with all-out fear. But the good news is that undertaking natural disasters preparedness actually help us alleviate some of that anxiety by putting together the proper supplies, making home disaster plans, and otherwise understanding what to do if an emergency strikes. You're likely to feel that much more confident that you've got the tools and the skills to protect yourselves and your family. And that means you're less to feel a nagging sense of vulnerability. So what's up guys? Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening. By the way, my name is Juanito Lontod Arbiol, and in this video, we'll run through some of the fundamentals of preparing and responding to a natural disaster when you are at home. Much of the following information also applies to disaster preparedness away from home, as when you're at a workplace or when you're traveling, but there are some specifics here for a homebound person worth keying into. An emergency, natural disaster or otherwise, can strike anytime. Home disaster preparedness is about setting yourself up so that you can respond immediately to this potentially very sudden danger and shift into action mode without scrambling to figure out what to do. And for this video, I will give you 9 things to do for home natural disaster preparedness. The following tips don't cover everything when it comes to emergency preparedness, but encompass a lot of the basics of readying yourself for when disaster strikes. At the end of this video, we'll link to some important authoritative resource you should definitely spend some time with, plus some additional hotlines you can contact whenever you are in that situation. So without further ado, number 1, make a disaster kit. This is a cache of vital supplies and provisions that should see through at least 72 hours sheltering in your house, and ideally longer. Stock up on non-perishable food, drinking water, and medicine, plus other essentials such as a hand crank or chargeable flashlight, battery-powered radio, dust mask, first aid kit, cell phone and charger, extra batteries, duct tape, and a map of the local area. Store important documents such as passports, birth certificates, social security cards, insurance paper, and like in waterproof container as part of your kit. Indeed, all emergency supply items should be kept in airtight plastic bags or small waterproof container, then placed in 1 or 2 large and easy to carry bins or duffels. Number 2, know how to store food and water. As part of assembling a natural disaster preparedness kit, you want at least a 3-day supply of both food and water. As we mentioned, but those provisions need to be stored properly to avoid spoilage, and you need to keep tabs on them periodically to make sure that they are still okay. Furthermore, flooding may render some stored food or water unsafe. Therefore, we need to learn more about proper storage of emergency provisions here. Number 3. Make an emergency plan. An emergency kit alone isn't sufficient to get you ready for a natural disaster at home. You also need an emergency plan so that you and every other member of your household knows what to do whenever you are in that situation. From identifying evacuation routes to coming up with a list of essential phone numbers, work together to produce comprehensive disaster plan and practice how you'll put it into action. Number 4. Consider all members of your household, pets included. When you are coming up with an emergency plan, make sure you are considering the special needs and vulnerabilities of every household member. That might be an age-related physical limitation, for example, or a health condition requiring special medication or medical equipment. Number 5. Know how to shut off utilities. During or after a natural disaster, gas explosions are a real hazard. Make sure everybody in your households knows how to turn off the gas at the meter. The exact process can vary, so check with your gas guilty so you know exactly how to do it. Number 6. Stay informed before, during and after a natural disaster. Amid the confusion and disruption of a natural disaster or other emergency situation, getting reliable information from reliable sources is all the more important. Make sure you can receive wireless emergency alerts on your mobile phone, monitor local radio and TV stations for emergency alerts. Number 7. Prepare your home. There's much you can do with your home more resilient and safer in the face of natural disaster. Inspect the house to identify any necessary repairs so it's as secure as possible. Weak points such as poorly insulated windows, broken hinges, or loose roof shingles can provide an avenue in for wind or water, plus create dangerous projectiles. In earthquake country, strapping down your water heater is a very good idea. Make sure essential access points such as around your circuit panel, your water shut-off valve, and designated shelter sites are kept clear and easy to reach. Number 8. Stay away from flood waters or any other standing water, whether caused by river flooding, storm surges, heavy rain, or burst pipes. Keep clear of standing water in and around your home during a natural disaster. It may be electrified, polluted, or full of hidden debris that could injure you. Number 9. Keep your ride gas up. Try to always have at least a half of tank gas in your vehicles in case you need to leave your home during or after a disaster and it's temporarily impossible to fill up. And those are the 9 tips how to be prepared before, during, and after the disaster happens. Thank you so much for watching and may God bless us all.